Hi, I'm Joanne Boys, and I'm the careers advisor linked to business and marketing. This presentation's about careers, the support we can offer you, and also employability skills. So, I'm going to tell you about how UCLan Careers can help you, both face to face and online, and also give you an idea of why employability skills are important for your applications to placements and also to graduate opportunities. So, firstly, about us, the careers team. So, we're a relatively small team, but we've all been working in careers for quite some time, and we're all qualified as careers advisors. We're also accredited by the Matrix Award, which means that every 3 years we check against various criteria to make sure we're always meeting the highest standards of careers provision, and we're members of AGCAS, which is an organisation for university careers advisors, where we can share information and access resources to make sure that we're always giving you the most up to date information about opportunities open to you. To come and see us, we're based in the new Student Centre. We're on the upper ground floor. So if you go in the door that's near to the SU, turn left, you'll see us down there, and we're behind the open shelving. So that's right at the end of the building. If you head down there and you want to see us, either for drop in or for an appointment, we don't actually have a reception area, but we've got an iPad. So look for the iPad. You just need to put your email address in there and say what you've come for, whether it's drop in or an appointment, and somebody will come and help you. I mention that because if we're busy, it's easier to do that to make sure that you're in the queue. But often there's somebody sitting there who can just come and help you anyway. So another resource we have online is Handshake. So this is new to us this academic year, and it's really exciting new resource because it puts everything that we could need to do around careers all into one place. So it's where you can make appointments to see career advisors. It's where you can send messages. There are job vacancies on there. There are employer profiles on there. You can message employers. You can also attend events on there. So it allows us to publicise face-to-face events that might be happening on campus, but also you can attend virtual events. And what we found is that a lot of employers really do like virtual events. So whereas in the past we would have always said, come on to campus, and they might come once a year, they're enjoying the opportunity to have virtual events so they can come in more regularly and have more chance to talk to students. And it's cheaper for them, it's easier in terms of time, they don't need to travel. So do look out for virtual events. If you go onto either the Student Hub, you will see a link to the Handshake app there where you can set up your login details, or you can just go and Google Join Handshake UK and do your login details there. Make sure you put UK in because there are different Handshake versions, and make sure you say you're linked to UCLan and use your UCLan email address to set up your login. If you have any difficulties, you can just come and see us down in the careers area. There is also a Handshake app, so you could use that if you wanted to, but I do suggest that you sort out your login details first on the online version. Also online, we've got Career Edge. So again, you can access this through the UCLan Student Hub. You'll just see a link along with Starfish and the others for Career Edge. And Career Edge is kind of like the library of resources. So advice and information on doing CVs, cover letters, how to link to employers, how to give a good first impression. And the resources from any presentations that we do go onto the UCLan school pages there as well. If you want some face-to-face help, you can just come to drop into our careers area. So anything that's just a quick question, really. So up to 20-minute drop-in sessions. So things like checking CVs, looking at covering letters, just if you're not quite sure where to start with things, looking for jobs, talking about placements, whatever. We also advise on part-time jobs as well if you're looking for jobs while you're at university. If you would rather have a set appointment, you can make mini appointments as well on Handshake. For longer discussions, we've got up to 45-minute appointments. Again, you book those on Handshake and they can be face to face or online. So it's up to you what you would prefer to do. Some of the booking options give you a choice of face to face or online. Some of them might only be online. You just need to look when you go into the bookings. So this is for longer discussions. So talking about your skills, checking application forms, doing mock interviews, anything that just might take a bit longer. So going back to some of the career edge resources, it can be a bit difficult to know where to look for things sometimes. So we do have Career Pulse, which is an assessment you can do. It's just a case of answering questions and rating your confidence on various career skills. So it might say, I have an up-to-date CV. You rate yourself on how you compare to that. And then the idea is that it directs you to things that are going to be most useful for you. So you can just dip into Career Edge and look for things that you think are relevant. But actually, if you do the Career Pulse, then you know you're using your time most efficiently because it directs you to the things that you've said that you think you might need to develop on the most. Also on there, we've got things like aptitude tests and personality tests. There's employer information. We regularly update things with news. You can access events through there as well. One of the key resources on Career Edge is CV360. This is a tool that replicates applicant tracking software. And applicant tracking software is used by a lot of employers to actually filter through CVs before they reach the human person making the decisions about who to see next. So, what they might do is upload some of the key skills that they're interested in for a particular role, and then the software will find the CVs or applications that are most like those skills. Or they might say these match 90%, these match 60%, these have definitely got this skill, and so on. So the applicant tracking software is really good to see if an employer is using this sort of software, what will they see about your CV? What will come across? How would it be summarized into a couple of lines? And it also gives you some suggestions of how to improve as well. So if something isn't right, if it's not able to read it, or there's too much white space or not enough white space, it will tell you and give you advice on what you might need to change. I wouldn't do this instead of having a human check it as well. Do bring your CV to us in Careers for a look and some feedback, but it's definitely worth trying in addition to that. We have lots of events, as I mentioned. We will publicise those on Handshake. So look out for lots of opportunities that we usually have during the autumn term. So this was the Careers Fest we had last year in 2021. We decided to stream it in particular ways. Look out for what's going on this year. There'll be events over summer. A lot of employers are still doing virtual events, and they're publicised through Handshake. Um, and because of sort of the academic year and the application cycle, it's a bit like UCAS where they kind of like to get you on with things almost a year in advance. So if you are interested in placements, check out opportunities on Handshake to actually talk to employers who might be offering placement opportunities, find about those opportunities, and there will be those kind of things going on during autumn and into next year as well. There is some key information that's relevant, particularly for business and marketing, on your school careers pages. So you can see the button there that's on Career Edge. If you go into there, there are particular resources, links, advice. You can click onto the suggested job opportunities for lists of skills that employers might be interested in for applicants in those sorts of areas. So do explore the school pages as well. And thinking more about some of the employability skills, it's really important to try to gather opportunities about employability skills and give examples in your applications and in your CVs when you're applying for undergraduate and graduate opportunities. So, if you do some research into the kind of jobs that interest you early on, even though you're not going to apply for them, you can have an idea of the kind of things employers want. So they'll usually have a section in the information, what we want from you. They might call it the person specification. They might say, your ideal candidate is this. But there'll be a list of skills somewhere in the information on any job. So make yourself familiar with what employers are wanting from you so that you can look for opportunities and recognize when you're actually using those skills as part of your degree and in things that you might do outside of your degree as well. So say here, gather examples. What I mean is, maybe keep a record or keep a note of things. There's actually an employability skills audit that you can use that's on the school resources page. But just keep a list of skills somewhere and ideas for examples, because that's going to be really handy when you come to do applications. So that's everything from me. Thanks for listening to this film, and do make use of our resources, and all the best of luck in whatever you decide to do in your coming career.